And so before you mentioned you're looking for investment now, have you gotten any investment so far? No?
Not
Okay.
yet. How we're doing it is we tied up with a firm that's called Yan Capital, and they basically um like take startups and then they find investors. So I have to give them. So basically, once they find investor, they go out do the hunting for investors, put our name in like various like events like VC things
Okay.
where VC we present to them and so on. And yeah, so once they find us an investor and we agree terms, they keep 4% of equity. Yeah.
Okay.
So basically we're starting now. We
Okay.
looked for a bit last year, like in 2020 for the first couple of months, and then COVID hit, and then a lot of the VCs were trying to get out of their investments, um, like
Yeah.
first when COVID hit. So I mean, we stopped our search then, and now we're gonna restart it because I think the economy is doing well here at least.
Yeah. Is it doing well in India? Is
Yeah,
it going? Okay.
yeah, no,
Good.
it's becoming better versus like
Yeah.
months ago.
That's good. That's good. And so, you know, I know people don't like using this word, but have you had any failures or, down moments throughout your process?
Yeah, a few. So like as I mentioned last year when we were looking for investors, at first a lot of them said no, um, your company won't work, the mentality isn't there in India. A lot of those things. Like a lot of investors said that. Like not a lot, but like three, four, five. And that was like a really like down moment because I mean, if people are telling you your company's gonna fail and that they don't want to invest in it, then that's quite a yeah. And then also it was like really hard to get from like over the last few years it's been like since like so we officially launched our site like with everything done, like with the backend done in like into 2018,
Okay.
so in
Oh.
around March 2018. So um yeah, so it was really hard, so we hired a marketing team that like really couldn't get results at all, and felt like the company was not the right thing or we were doing like a lot wrong.
Hmm.
So that one was really hard because we were averaging at first like 3 to 7 sales uh,
Per
a
month.
week.
Oh.
A
Oh.
week. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so it was like really hard to get from like there and to like acquire like followers on Instagram and so on. It was like really difficult to do all
Hmm.
of that. So yeah, those were like two like of the
Yeah.
major.
Okay. So, but now it's up to 500, you said, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
500.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Quite an improvement. You said you co-founded it with your dad, right? And so, I know a lot of this is not a family business, right? But I know there's a lot of family businesses that have problems working with family. Have you experienced any of those?
Um, Not really, to be honest.
Okay.
Like we're like, I mean, the only like problem, but it isn't a big one, is um we faced was like how to take pictures for the clothes and put it on the site. That was the only problem, but that's not really a big one. Like my
Yeah.
dad said, use mannequins and so on, and
Okay.
I was like, no, we should just take it like against a white wall. I think that looks better. And then he was like, no,
Okay.
mannequins and so on. That was the only like problem. But like besides that, it's been like really nice working with
Okay.
my dad.
Okay. Cool. 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 Um. Yeah. Well. Yeah. So you take the pictures yourself, or
No,
you?
somebody comes like once a week to take
Oh.
pictures of the new products that have come in,
Oh. Wow.
and edit. They put it on the site,
Okay.
and then yeah, it's uploaded to the site by somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. And so So you haven't had any major problems with him, but has he been your, kind of your mentor?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, my mentor, like throughout my life, like
Oh, not
he's
just
like
this, but life.
not just this, but like throughout my life, like I've always listened to him. I've always gone to him for like big decisions, like for all of them, like whether like the one to come to Hull was a big decision that he said that you should do that, but it yeah, like so on. Like there are a lot of like big decisions that um I always take his advice and always listen to him and
Okay.
always like what he has to say. Yeah, basically.
Okay. So, how do you retain your customers? Is there any yeah, yeah, yeah. How's the customer journey? You know?
So like retaining our customers. So right now we have 40% like of our customers are repeat, and those 40% like accumulate like for like about 80% of our sales because they buy every month, like they buy a few
Okay.
products every
Wow.
month. So how we there is because like the like when you buy a premium product, you don't expect it to be that great. So the first way
Mm.
we try and like retain customers is by having like have like for them to have like a really good experience buying from us. So
Mhm.
when we ship the product, we like first we put it in a box, like in a box, and it's folded neatly, it's ironed. We put a tag, it's put in butter paper so that it
Wow.
doesn't freeze and all that. And they get like it's like a pizza shaped box with
Okay.
our logo on the top, and it comes to you that way so that it doesn't get like damaged during shipping or like crumpled or whatever. So when
Mhm.
they open it, it feels like, and it's washed also, it's washed and it's
Okay.
like smelling nice and all that. So when you open it, you get like it doesn't look like a pre-owned product, it looks like
Like
a
a new
brand
one.
new that like. So we always do that for every order that
Wow.
is shipped. So that is like the best way for we felt to like retain customers,
Hmm.
for them to like have a really good experience with us. And
Wow.
like a lot of them say that they have. Yeah.
And yeah, did you have like any loyalty programs, or are you planning on having
Um,
any?
we have a refer a friend program. So where if like I refer you to my site, like you use my referral code,
Okay.
you get a certain amount of points. So you get a certain amount of points, and each point is worth 1 rupee. So you can like, and I get a certain amount of points as well if I
Hmm.
refer you. We also have like when you buy products, you get points, and then you can use those points at any time
Okay.
you want. Each point is worth a rupee. So I know when you join the site, if I refer you, you get 100 points.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you can, yeah, you can use those points for.
Once you sell clothes and make purchases, you get more points as well.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. And so, yeah, what percentage of your budget goes towards marketing? I'm curious.
Um, like around 1/3.
One third. Wow, that's quite a lot. I mean, yeah, it makes sense though.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, we do a lot of social media marketing on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
We tried doing influencer marketing, but then the sales like shoot up for a day and then they come straight back down. So
Mm,
it was like, yeah, so we did it with a bunch of people. So we did with one with this um place where they go to every single college and they like talk to like the most popular kids and they make them like talk about Kiabza and promote it,
okay.
which was good, but it wasn't great. And then we also did it with an Indian actress,
Okay.
um, called Karishma Sharma. She has a couple million followers on Instagram. Again, with her, she did a video of her unboxing it. I'm talking about Kiabza, the sales shot up and then came back down like the next day or then in the next couple of days. So those didn't work. And so we think the best thing for us is just Instagram ads, like normal Instagram ads
Okay.
and Facebook. Yeah. We want to diverge into YouTube, but it's very expensive.
YouTube, yeah. And so yeah, so that's weird though. So the ROI from influencers is really low.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
it's really difficult to tell which influencers have like real followers and which ones have
Oh
fake
yeah,
followers. Because I mean, nowadays you can buy likes, you can buy comments, you can buy
anything.
everything. Yeah, so I was saying it's hard to like tell from influencers which ones have like fake followers and which ones have genuine followers.
Hmm.
It's because nowadays you can like literally buy comments, likes, everything. And for like someone with a few 100,000 followers,
Hmm.
it's really difficult to go through all their followers and see and like come up with a percentage of like
Yeah,
how many are genuine and how many are not.
yeah,
So I
exactly.
you always get screwed eventually, like buying it from buying like a deal with someone like a video and a story, and then they don't get like the like response that you hope for. Like they don't get
Yeah.
as many like yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. It's hard to know how many sales that
Yeah.
drives to your website.
As you can
Oh.
see, they have a link, but it's hard to. But then it's like really hard, like because they don't convert as well as like we hoped.
Mhm. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. It also depends on the influencer, I guess, too, right? Uh,
Yeah. I feel like
if
fashion ones would, but fashion ones charge a lot more than like regular influencers.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, now looking back, it would have been better to use fashion influencers, but I mean, like at the time, we didn't think there would have been a
Yeah.
difference of how
Okay.
much.
Okay. So yeah, going back to starting this at a young age, was it easy, or there were any challenges associated with your age or your yeah?
I
How was
mean,
it?
it wasn't easy. I mean, never starting a business is never like
Yeah.
easy. Um, I mean, my age, I don't think it has been a disadvantage. Like, okay, maybe if I like didn't like if my dad wasn't backing me and I had to go out and get like, investors on my own,
Hmm.
maybe then like age would have been an issue.
Yeah.
Like, because I mean, maybe they would want someone with more experience or at least like a college degree, not like
Yeah.
a kid in high school or who's just finished high school and all that. But so far, I think age hasn't been an issue. I think it's becoming an advantage
Hmm.
because I mean, they see now like people see like, or at least for investors, they see two generations and they know like my dad is the responsible one who will make sure everything's done properly since he's worked for 25 years. And for me, it's like I'm the creative one because I know how to relate with people my age.
Hmm.
So I can come up with better ways, strategies to sell, and so on.
Okay.
So I think age is like, for me at least, it's like an advantage at this point.
Okay. So are you planning on opening other businesses in the near future, or you want to focus on Kiabza?
No, I'm only planning to focus on this. I tried to do other things. Like I wanted to do affiliate marketing, when I was in the US. But I mean, I did it. I created a site like with my friend. But I mean, I'd rather focus now more time on this because I
Mhm.
see potential a lot more. And I feel like once we get investors, I will have to put more and more time into
Yeah.
it. Mm.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, so finally, what's your goal in life, and do you want to be remembered for?
Um, this is a tough one.
Uh-huh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. This may sound like cheesy, but like my goal in life would be just to like honestly live a happy life and like give the people around me a happy life. Like that
Wow.
would be the goal in life. And then yeah, like business wise, I'd really like to grow this to like the scale of like American companies. And like
Am-
I'd honestly then like to just start a car dealership because I'm really into cars.
oh wow.
And
Yeah.
then that would be like my second business and start a car dealership and like a finance company. And then just like yeah,
Just
that would
to
be
yeah,
yeah.
to have it all. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Abhishek. That was really interesting. I hope our listeners thought that too. And yeah, go check Kiabza out. The link is on the description and on the website. I'll put the links below. And yeah, so whatever you're listening on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. And yeah, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me as well.
When I finished up my undergraduate degree, I majored in finance. And at one point, I was actually offered a job to be a trader on the floor of the Chicago Board of Options.
Wow.
But at that point, I think I had owned like 5 houses. And I hadn't owned them for very long. I had only bought them like in the last 2 years. And so that was a limiting factor, because while I was making a good amount of money off of these investment properties that I had bought, they hadn't appreciated it enough in value yet to sell them. So I ended up turning down the moving to Chicago to take that job on the Chicago Board of Options, because I would have had to sell all my investment properties, and it would have been at a loss. And I was making enough money off of these properties that I could accept a job in the Lansing area and make probably more money than I was going to make as a trader. So I stayed in the Lansing area. So that's where some of these entrepreneurial ventures started to have a real influence on the paths that I take. So me getting into teaching and eventually moving to California, that probably would not have happened had it not been for some events that happened in the 2000s.